introduce yourself, and then we'll start watching the bout.
Okay.
And you can tell me like a little bit about if you remember like specific things about like your game plan for this tournament or anything like that. Feel free to say whatever
Yeah.
whenever you want. So,
Okay.
all right. Hey guys, it's Cyrus of Chaos. I'm here with Matteo Tagliariol, and today we're going to be watching two of his bouts from the Paris Epee World Cup in 2011. The first one is against the 2012 Olympic champion Ruben Limardo, and the second one is against Jurg Fiedler, who's a very good fencer from Germany who doesn't fence anymore. But yeah, so
Okay. Hi everyone. I'm Matteo Tagliariol. I am Olympic champion in 2008 in Beijing, and this was 2011. It was a very important competition for me for two reasons. One, because it was one of my main goals of my career, because I kind of wanted to win in Paris, because since I was a child, everybody told me that was like a very important World Cup. And second one was because that moment in that season, I was like number 13 or 15, something like that in the ranking. So I was about to go out of the 16. So it was very important for me to stay in the 16 and do as good as I could. So my goal was to win, and luckily at the end I did.
yeah. So for anyone who's watching and doesn't know this, if you're rated top 16 in the world, you don't have to fence pools, and in fact, you go straight into the second day in the round of 64, seeded 1 through 16, depending on your seed in the world. So being top 16 in the world is a huge advantage. Huge advantage.
And mostly for my kind of fencing, because in general I realized that if I fence 15, I think that I can win with everybody. But if I fence at 5, I kind of can lose with everybody. So it's a game changer for me to be in the 16
Yeah,
and
definitely.
be able to fence at 15 immediately.
Yeah. And I know with your style, especially, you often end up being down a few touches in the beginning, but you make adjustments and come back. And sometimes when you're down in a 5 touch bout, that's a lot more difficult to do. So,
Exactly. That's something that I learned like now that I'm like ending my career. But when I was younger, I was not able to literally not able to fence at 5, because you're right. Like a lot of time I was like losing. I don't know, in a 15 touch match I'm losing like 5-1, and then maybe I win 15-8. But if you
yeah,
lose 5-1,
it's
and
over.
you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna hop right in. So had you fenced Lamardo before going into this bout?
I fenced it here the year before, 2010, and I lost. I lost. It was actually the same match, so it was the match for going into the final,
Oh, really?
and I lost. And I lost because, in my opinion, I did the wrong tactic, because my fencing is like 70%, I think, an offensive fencing. And given the fact that I knew Limardo very well the year before, I kind of wanted to wait for him to attack and then be ready. So I turned my fencing into a defensive one,
Mm.
and that didn't work. And so this year, I mean 2011,
Yeah.
I decided to make it more offensive, even if he is very good in defense. That's the cool. So he likes a lot to go on defense, and then mostly he makes you like do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks, and then he does this perfect counter attack,
Mm.
which is very hard to parry or very hard to anticipate, to get inside his timing. But it's not very easy against him, in general to attack. Like normally you're not. It's not the first thing you think about attacking against him. But given the fact that the year before it didn't go very well, and another time that we fenced, I won by attacking. So I made like 1+1, and I was like, okay, even if it's not the best tactic in general, I'm gonna make it my tactic. So I want to attack him, and that's it. So, but I was very focused on the distance. I didn't want it to go too close.
Yeah, it looks the distance looks pretty far from most of the preparation for this touch.
Yeah.
Until the last moment.
Because I am, as you can see in this touch too. This is I made like two short. Like I made one attack that was addressed on the forearm, and then as long as it starts to go inside my distance, the first thing I focus on is to gain more distance. Like I want to keep the distance very far, and so you can see I first start going back, and then I score at the arm again. Pause. Okay. Biberon. I'm gonna move.
Okay.
I show you my son. Here he is. Hi. Ciao.
Buongiorno, ciao.
He said fencing in Italian.
Ah.
He's like, oh, fencing. Okay, I'm gonna move. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Is he gonna learn how to fence?
He's already very good.
Yeah, I saw a very cute video
But
of
we
him.
don't want to.
I saw a very
But
cute. Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. Now the cool thing is that we didn't teach him anything, like literally anything, and just by watching us, sometimes he just came a few times to the fencing gym. He puts himself in like correct fencing position, and then does lunges and all that stuff that we never like. If you see him doing that, they were like, oh, the parents are gonna like, for sure they're like obsessed with fencing and teaching fencing all day, and we're not. Like we're not even playing fencing. We're playing fencing because he forced us to do it.
Wow.
Do you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, so this is you see, I am like pushing him a lot, and I'm forcing him to do an attack, but it's not an attack that he prepared. It's the wrong attack. So I'm ready, but I just try to keep my distance very far. And as long as I know that I'm good at the touch at the forearm, with flakes or not, I try to keep my distance very, very far, and like at least try to for the first touches to stay on a further distance and try to attack at the end or the foot, but like by risking a little less. Still by pushing a lot. You know, I push, but I want him to do something first in the beginning, and that's because he is comfortable in this position because he can still go backwards, and he's waiting for me to attack and do something. So I know that he's not gonna do like an attack unless I'm doing like something wrong.
Okay.
So I don't want to do something wrong, and that's the reason why I'm not really attacking.
Ooh, that was close.
See, even this one, like I find that I'm about to go at the leg because I see that the target is close in my idea, and then he like kind of like absorb my attack, like he put distance between me and him, and then he was ready to get back. So, but I was like more ready than him, so I first thing again I go far. I didn't try. If I was trying to go on that attack, he would have touched for sure.
Gotcha.
Because that's his fencing. This was the passivity, like the old one.
Yeah.
But,
so was the rule back then a yellow card for the person who was losing, or it was no yellow card?
no yellow card, and basically the passivity was like 1 minute without touch, but it was mostly based on what the referee would say.
Yeah.
So like it was always contested because I don't know. In my opinion, this match it's a match that is fenced. Like we're not scoring, but we are doing something.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, in Epee, mostly the beginning of a match, it has to be like that because you have to study your opponent because no matter how long you can study him at home with video, you still have to understand what is happening on the street.
Yeah, there's a different feeling when you're in the bout than when you're watching it. So.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, especially in Epee, when the lead is the most important, the beginning is so critical, like you said, to study and not do something thoughtless or impatient. Because if you do that, you could be down a touch. And against someone like him, who really likes to go on defense, that makes the bout a lot harder. So.
Yeah. What I like to do, like I work a lot at home, not only in the gym, but also with video. But and I used to do it even back in the days. But what I like to say is that after that, I forget everything and try to feel. Like the work done at home is useful, but you understand, there are matches, like the match that I did the year before with Limardo was the match that was based on what I studied at home, but it didn't go well because I was just doing what I should do in theory. But then, if you feel that day you want to attack or you want to defend, or maybe something happened during the match, and then you find a way, that's more important for me. So the feeling what is happening in that right moment, it's still connected to what you've done at home, but it's very important for that single match. Every match is different.
Yeah.
So this match, I mean, in the beginning, I wanted to take my time, try to do less mistakes possible, but try to feel the distance, feel what he's doing, feel if he was like willing to attack, defend, or whatever. So that's what was important for me in the beginning.
Gotcha. And obviously you're okay with non-combativity because you're winning, so...
I mean, winning by one is not winning.
Yeah, okay. For some people it is, but...
Yeah, no, not for me. I keep doing my, like, what I wanted to do, like, my job. So this one, it's, sorry, okay. Because I saw it, like, lower.
Yeah,
so
I saw it.
This is the same action, I mean, different target, but like a short, long attack, but with a different timing. So given what I did on the previous action, I thought that I could touch immediately by doing a fake short and then a longer second time. But if you see, I land at the end of the arm, not on the chest completely. So I'm still quite far.
Gotcha.
But he tries to... I touch when he tries to touch me.
Yeah.
See? Like here. Because I knew that he wanted to attack. Not to attack, sorry, to counter-attack. So I fake an attack to make him counter-attack, but I was ahead in terms of timing. So I do a two-time attack. That in Epee is the basic, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks simple, but it's not.
I think that's a lot of Epee.
Yeah. Mostly if you see at high level, it always looks simple, but it's not. So this, I get mad because it was, in my opinion, a very stupid attack by Limardo, because he literally attacked without
preparation. Yeah.
Out of preparation, out of timing, and out of distance. In fact, I parried quite easily, but as long as even myself, I was not prepared, because I was not thinking that he was going to attack in that moment.
Yeah.
I parry without thinking, but then I'm not ready for the report. So you have to be always ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, it's very easy. It was very easy to parry, but I was not ready.
And Limardo has a really good. We've talked a lot about his defense, but his flesh is really good too, right?
Yeah, the flesh is because it's not a real defense. Like his defense is just to make you it's not used to I don't know parry repose short or touch you at the end while you're trying to attack. It's not a real defense. His defense is just to knock you off. He parries all the time, and get back on distance. It's a work to prepare his counterattack most of the time.
Interesting.
So it makes you realize that you have to go closer, and the moment you try to do a longer attack or that you go closer, he counterattacks.
Mm-hmm.
That's typical of the Polish fencing in general.
And he is in Poland. He is a Polish coach?
No, I think the coach is from Venezuela, but he lives and trains in Poland.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And since a long time, and then nothing. So basically, that's the Polish fencing, but with a better he has mostly in 2011 he has a very great body, so he could perform very well. Even this one, you see, I'm trying to. This is an attack, but inside of my attack, he works on other people timing. It's not an attack made by him. I'm building the action, but the moment I start, he anticipates my timing.
Yeah.
That's his basic fencing. Of course, you cannot speak in general about anyone.
Yeah.
Mostly at high level, but that's what he likes to do. What he prefers to do.
I've also noticed that you've tried to attack him with a flick every single time. Was that part of your strategy as well, or that's just the way that you like to fence?
I think that the strategy works. I want to make my own game, and I want to. I like to. I can tell, put myself on a strip, decide, being the one to decide the match. Mm-hmm. So I prefer to take some more risk, but I prefer to control the situation.
Wow, that was nice.
You see? So, because if you control the situation, a situation like this one, I was supposed to touch at the foot, but even if I don't touch like this one, I'm ready to do. I have a second chance. You see, because I'm always ahead. The moment Limardo's hand goes low, my hand is already up. So that's if you start the action, you always have at least half time ahead of your opponent.
Yeah. I like that attitude a lot, and that's one of the reasons that I enjoy watching you fence, because you're always trying to make something happen instead of waiting for something to happen.
Because thank you. Some of my leg movements and timing movements are literally copied by Saber. Put them into Epee. But my idea, I've been watching, and I've been actually fencing Saber for a while to work on some stuff.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah, in training, not competition.
Yeah.
I tried.
Yeah,
I wanted to understand the timing in Saber.
Yeah, I think that.
I was
go ahead.
Yeah, tell me.
I was going to say, I think that it's really helpful to fence a little bit of the other weapons sometimes, For example, fencing, like if you're a saber fencer and you fence foil, it really improves your attack a lot, because in foil it's so hard to make an attack, but in saber it's much easier. So if you do some of the things in saber that you had to do to hit in foil, it really helps you a lot. And I think that if you fence the other weapons and you're disciplined about it, it can really help you bringing some of those things from the other weapon into your primary weapon.
Well, in Italy, we normally start with foil.
Yeah.
Now, not, unfortunately. But I started with foil, and I've been doing, like, when I was 12, 13, till I was, like, 16, I was doing foil and epee. And I use a lot of my, like, what I learned from foil in epee, mostly when I was younger. Then you make your own fencing style. Like, I don't think you can tell that my fencing style is like only based on foil.
No.
But you can tell there are some actions that are based on foil. And then I wanted to do the same with saber. I was like, if I'm able to do like action in timing in saber, which the time is closer, I'm for sure able to do it in epee.
I like that a lot.
I wanted to work on that thing with legs mostly.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So you see, even if I'm leading, I think that my strategy is the right one, and I keep doing like what I'm doing. Like, I don't understand mostly in epee people that change, like because they're leading like 1-0, then and maybe they may score the first touch attacking, then they they start defending. You see, like I'm forcing him to do mistakes. This is a mistake.
Yeah.
He starts to attack when I'm ready, and like it is very, like, I don't want to say easy, but it's easier to score if your opponent attacks when you want.
Yeah, of course.
And that's not DFA. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
I was ahead of him in timing, but like a lot.
Yeah. That was nice too. And
this is a moment to change, in my opinion. So I done pretty much the same action all the time, and I could not do it till 15.
Right.
So what I like to do in this moment is to break the game a little bit with something that it's more risky. It's based on something I've done before. It's like basically the longer version of the second touch I made.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something that breaks the rhythm of the match. And if you score, you take a big lead in your opponent's mindset, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But if you don't, I was 4-1, I would have gone 4-2. So I'm still leading, and I still change my game to a more safe one. But now I'm 5-1, and he knows that whenever I want, I can do a long attack.
Yeah.
And it's a single touch.
Yeah, it just gives the other person something new to think about that they have to be scared of. So.
Exactly. But what I wanted to say is that it's a safe moment for me to take a risk.
Yeah.
Now you see, he doesn't want to go back anymore, because every time he went back, he got hit. But of course, my tip is always around his hand, and he got hit twice. So I'm trying to still do my own game, knowing that I'm leading 5-1. We are at the second
period
time.
Yeah.
Of course, he has to attack. In my opinion, this is a very well made for him, but it was mostly my mistake, because I was too close to go at the forearm. Like,
yeah.
If this action would have like if I was making like, for example, like a normal like lunge, it would have been a double.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, I wanted to like touch at the forearm, but I was too close. He closed the distance. That's what he does best. So that was an easy touch for him. But the way I see it, it was you know, I gave him the chance to do it.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So you see, now I'm trying to take the lead again, but mostly I'm focusing again on the distance. So if you see, whenever the distance is not close, I try to gain distance even by going backwards.
My boss will.
Oh.
The lawn. Now everybody online say that.
Oh. All right. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, because there was a second part of that one.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay. I forgot about that.
Okay. So basically, now I'm trying to focus on the distance again. And again, I don't understand why. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I forgot. Okay. He does the same like short, long attack at the foot or the lower target.
Mm-hmm.
That this is the third time he makes in a row, and he never scored.
Yeah.
Okay, here I feel very confident, so I decide to parry and to make it a single. It could have been a double, but if I can, I want to make it single.
Yeah, of course.
Make more single I can. So
you said this could have been a double.
you cannot very.
So you said this could have been a double.
Double if I was going straight.
Okay.
Because his point is very ahead. It could not have been a single for him, in my opinion. I don't see very well the construction of the action because the video is cut.
Yeah.
But if I was going straight, it could have been a single for me or a double. By pairing, you take more risk, but his point goes out for sure.
Yeah.
You see, he's already, like his tip is already there. So if I was going straight, it would have been double.
Yeah, I see what you mean. And then there, another nice quick change.
This is an attack again on the pre-alley. I touch on the leg. I go on. I make two fake. This is hard to explain in English because you have different parries. But I do two fake action with my hand. Try to show him that I'm trying to take the blade.
Yeah.
Well, in reality, I'm just trying to make him lose time because he has to disengage out of my blade. But I never take his blade. I just want him to disengage so he doesn't try to touch.
That's a cool idea.
I mean, if he was trying to touch, he would have found my blade. But this is not an action made to actually try to search for the blade. It's a fake one, just to steal some time.
Right.
And then I touch him on the leg because I do up, and then I go down.
Let's watch that one more time.
This is a signature action. I do it a lot. Everybody knows it, but it's still working. So
yeah.
But I don't do it a lot. Although I don't do it very often, but it's an action that I know that is very hard. That my opponent for a single, like it's either a single for me or a double.
Yeah, it's a good mix-up.
Yeah. This is. What he has done. So the action, I don't like the action because it's a reaction. It's not an action that Limardo tried to do because again he just like lunges at the foot another time.
Mm-hmm.
But what he has done very good here is to break the habit that took him to lose all of this touch. So he decided to push and force me to attack or to try to touch in a moment where I was not ready. I was not ready with my legs. I was not ready with my shoulder, and it was not the right timing. He does the first action, which was the one that was supposed to score. Doesn't score, but again, is ready to do the second one.
Yeah.
Because he is ahead of timing, and I'm late. So basically, this action, he did what I did till now.
I see.
In terms of tactics, I mean.
Yeah.
But still, you see, I don't want to do it. So I take the lead of the match. Like I start. If you look at my front foot, is the first one to determine all the reaction. Like I'm starting and then he is reacting. Like I start the action, he goes back.
Yeah.
I start the action, he goes back. I start the action, he goes back. You see?
Yeah.
I start the action, he attacks, I'm ready.
Yep.
See, like this is very simple. It's not very simple, but reality looks very simple. He's forced to react. You see, this is another action that I've done technically in the wrong way. Like this is a technical mistake because I make it too simple.
Mm-hmm.
But still, like I almost score.
Yeah.
Epee is very good. Now he's showing me that he's confident, but I know he's not in that moment because the match is ending because the first 3 minutes were gone because of passivity.
Right.
Second are almost over, and I'm leading 8-4. So and he didn't really find a solution. So that's what I like to do about match. Like if you start, like if you impose your game, you see these two were two actions where I was rushing. Like I was rushing too much. In my opinion, I was doing something good, but I was not taking the exact time to score. I was maybe I was too confident. I was trying to risk too much. Mostly this second action, because the first one, it's a risk that, as I told you, you take. But then after, mostly if you get hit, the good thing to do is like try to build an action that works properly.
Yeah, go back to your game, which was scoring you touches.
Exactly. This one was a little bit too rushing.
Gotcha. Little greedy.
Yeah, but you see, every time, like, here you see the strength of Limardo. If you do something wrong, he scores. Like, the moment I got out of my game, he scored twice.
Yeah.
Like, there's no chance he doesn't score because that we go back into his game, and he's always ready for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I take a little more time to build the action, but then the time is over, like 5 seconds to 1. Okay. So except for the two touches I got, I worked in the right way. I mean, given what I wanted to do. I know for sure that he's not gonna make it very easy now. Because before, every time I was going forward, he was trying to go, he was going backwards.
Right.
What I think in a minute in a moment like this is that he's gonna try to come forward too, and as long as I'm going forward, there's a chance that our actions are gonna be like one against the other. You know, it's not only like me trying to attack, but now I have to try to anticipate because he's gonna try to come at me. That's what I think in a minute, in the posing minute.
I see.
I try to think what he thinks. Sometimes you overthink.
Yeah.
It works. You see, you overthink because then again he just like waits for you.
Yeah.
But he's always ready to start again. You know, like here.
So that's what you were saying before, right? If you're able to go straight, it would probably be a double, as opposed to taking the parry.
Here, because he's always very. So normally, if you start the action and the other one attacks, you should be able to score a single. But with people like Limardo, that does it very well, and their tip is always very like forward.
Mm-hmm.
To score a single, you either parry or it's a double, or sometimes if you're a little later, it's a single for him, even if you are beginning the action.
Right. I think that was the first double of the bout, right?
Yeah, probably, yeah. I told you, I don't really like the points or lose for the same reason, because I like to score. Normally I score like 3-4 double maximum a match.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, here I'm like, as long as nothing changes, I keep doing my game. You know, like I am mostly here. They changed the scoring. Okay, no, it's good. I still want to push him, and if I find a way to attack, I attack, or I know that I'm ready either to parry or to score a double. I'm okay. You know.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's similar to the previous one. But now I'm in a better position with my legs, and the timing is good for me.
Yeah.
So I choose to parry, which is a better option to score a single. As long as I just got I got 2 touches from him and a double. So it was three touches that I didn't score a single. So I won 1.
Yeah, it was a very pretty single.
Yeah. He is starting his action all the time, the moment like I'm ready. That's why it's kind of easy for me.
And now I see he's pushing you a little bit more.
Yeah. But I still try to focus on distance and focus on distance and pushing back him again, you know?
Yeah.
Here again. If I don't parry, if I just like don't move and put my arm straight, it's a double. I just need to take to keep my tip free, you know, because he's trying to take the blade sometimes. But then if he starts an action like this, even here, that I was away with my wrist, you know, I was not like literally in line.
Mm-hmm.
I still can score a double.
Yeah.
Because he's late in terms of timing. That's my main what I try to like, the more important thing in fencing for me is timing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So if you have, you see, like, at the correct time, everything is easier.
Yes, definitely. And the distance helps you figure out what the right timing is.
Yeah. But you see, here, straight. Like, it's not a, like, at this point, he has to try to search for my blade, because my blade has been, like, free too much during this match. So he knows that I can score a double easily. So he tries to search for my blade, which makes it very easy for me, more easy, because I put my tip somewhere, and then he goes to search for my blade, and then I just disengage and go straight.
Yeah. But he has to take risks like that or he's going to lose anyway, so.
Yeah, but you see, here I still prefer, even if he has to risk, I still prefer to begin the action by pushing.
Yeah, because you're the one in control then.
I want to show, like, I still want to have this timing lead. So everything, see, like, he made, like, this flash was very well made. He disengaged, like, even if I take the blade, he disengaged in time. He's able to make a second hit.
Yeah.
But either way, as long as he started at my timing, even if he does very good what he's doing, it's at least a double. Like, I can score single for me or double. So that's at this moment. So it's easier, win matches like that. But you have to work a lot in the beginning.
Yeah.
Now he's pushing very, very hard. So I decide to break again this this situation by doing the same basically flash I did on the 4-2.
Yeah.
Because, it's a moment where he's thinking just of how to take the blade, how to attack. Like, he's dealing with stuff that he didn't deal before, because the game changed, and he was not able to understand what I was doing during the match.
Yeah.
So that's a moment where he's trying to touch, but he doesn't really know what to do, and that's the right moment to do an action, take a risk, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and this is again, this is not a great action by me, but still in timing, and he tries to take the blade, and I just disengage and score. But either way, 1 minute 30 seconds, you're never lost. But when you're winning 14-8, it's very hard to lose.
Yeah.
And yeah. So what is important for me in this match is that I'm very happy that I used my strategy, which was to lead, not in points, like lead the match mentally.
Yeah.
And with timing, all the time. And stop. Sì. Detto solo stop. Arriva, amore, 2 minuti. Sì! Vuoi stare fuori? No? Niente. Chiedi. Ok. Yeah, it was important for me to lead the match and control the situation. So even if I was not able to properly attack all the match, but I was always the one starting the action. So Limardo had to react to my fencing, and that's a situation where I feel very comfortable and confident.
Yeah.